They say there are only three situations in life that require witnesses: crimes, accidents, and marriages. Yes. And that when a newly married man is happy, we understand why. But when a man who's been married for 10 years is happy, then we must wonder why. And that a man is incomplete until he's married, and then he's finished. Obviously, these are jokes that I tell when I'm emceeing weddings and birthdays and anniversary things. But actually, those things hit home, quite close to home for my guest today. That's his mood today. That's his story. My guest is a Nigerian American man who met his wife right here in the US while she was visiting, and he fell in love, married her, filed for permanent residency and citizenship and all of that. But what happened next, according to him, was not love. It was a trap. It was a setup. It was betrayal. He says his marriage was never about commitment. It was about access to America, access to his finances, and she had an exit plan from the beginning that in the end left him financially and emotionally devastated. My guest today is Olatunde Sheriff Aromire Adekunle. You're welcome to the show.
I was supposed to be dead 6 months ago, 8 months ago, a year ago. I had to go have an emergency surgery. My organs were shutting down. Kidney, I was pissing blood. And I'm supposed to have a wife that loved me. No, she loved the benefits. And she was waiting on the time. Boy, Maku, because I've heard it came from her own mouth. She encouraged more medication. Belu herbs. Belu, the medication, the agbo. It was to kill me. I know this now. There was a time my son was cautioning me, be careful. For years, my own son said that, be careful. I didn't listen. In Atlanta, they have a cult, a clan of them. The women come together. They have their own lawyers. They have their own influence. They have their own police officers in different counties that they partner with. They have regular meetings. They have donations that they do. The assets they get, they use it to fund other women, to groom them. And they go from houses to houses. Naked men, naked women on my phone. And my nakedness too on my phone.
Was she alleging that, or were there actually pictures of naked men on your phone?
She was alleging that, and also there were actual pictures. Let me amplify that more.
A swingers club.
Women go there to have sex with the multiple men.
And you have evidence that she went there multiple times?
Not only evidence, I have the video. I was rich, but I was dumb. I was warned. And because I was warned over and over and I didn't listen, I made my mother my enemy. I will never touch another woman in my life. And if I'm going to do it, it will never be Nigerian women. They are liars, manipulators, connivers, hoodwinker. They will bamboozle you. And also their mother and their father will swear to Allah, swear to God, just so that they can get that child here. Once the child gets here, the power a woman have in America that a woman don't have in Nigeria. If you are a man, you make between $50,000 a year to $50 million a year. This message is for you. How come I did not see this?
Before we start the show, I'd like to say very clearly what you might have seen in text at the end of the last section. The views and the opinions expressed on this episode and every episode, they are solely those of the guest, and they do not represent the views of Teju Babyface or any of my affiliated platforms or partners or organizations. These are not my views or our views. We're not presenting this story as fact or even the truth. We have not independently verified any of the claims made. This episode is simply a platform for one man to share his experience in his own words. And so, having said all of that, let's get into it. Tunde, you're welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Teju, for having me. I appreciate this time and this opportunity.
So,
Yes.
I'm about to ask you a question that I usually don't ask my guests. I consider it a very banal question. It's the can we meet you question. When interviewers ask that of their guests, can we meet you? I usually think, why are you asking? You that you brought the person on the show, did you not know the person you
Yeah.
were bringing?
Yeah.
But in your case, it's different because of your background and your origin. So I'd like to know, for example, when I say you're Nigerian American, what does that mean? Does that mean that you were born in Nigeria and you came here as a kid, or you came as an adult, or you were born here by Nigerian parents? Just give us your background as it were.
Excellent question, Teju. For me, I was born and I grew up in Nigeria to some extent. But I came here as a teenager, and I've been in America about 36 years now, since 1989, December 22nd. Actually, December 25th. It was on Christmas Day that me and my sister arrived here in America through New York. Philadelphia is what I call home. I am a proud Nigerian man. I am a proud Yoruba man from Lagos Island to be specific.
Interesting. Okay. Awesome. So, according to my sources, because incidentally, I when you reached out to me and I now told our production executive, Dr. Damola Oshideko, he happened to know you. And so according to him, you were doing very well. You were financially, in fact, according to him, you were very rich. That's the word that he used. So, what did you do, or what do you do in the United States?
That's a great question. When I left college in '99, I speak five fluent languages, just to declare that. I speak Arabic fluently. I speak Spanish fluently. My Spanish is actually better than Yoruba. Of course, Yoruba English, and then there's a Jamaican patois. I lived in Jamaica as a kid, in Jonestown, Kingston, Jamaica. So I speak the language in Jamaica fluently. So all these languages is what I speak. With that said, when I graduated in college, John Hancock recruited me to be a financial advisor, considering the fact that I speak all this, I'm a linguistic. And I became a financial advisor, made a lot of money. But there were some stuff, while I was a financial advisor, I didn't know about the markets. There's a thing called chargeback. I lost my book of business. And so then I came into technology. I was a C# developer. I was a project manager. I was a PH developer, writing different kind of script, then led to Python. Then I started going into the leadership aspect of, information technology. I grew tremendously. God opened doors, blessed me, had about 35 employees, started my own company, did very well for myself. When I said very well, I'll throw the figure. I never made less than 500,000. I've never made 2 million. The highest I've ever made was 1.8 every year, consistently, predictability. And I've never been broke less than $500,000 a year. That's what I've done all my life for 26 years now.
And so you lost all of that because of this marriage, or was it that you lost some of that because the picture, the impression I'm getting from you is that the marriage totally wiped you out financially? So what was your position after the marriage? What's your position now, financially speaking?
Well, I am glad that you mentioned Damola, and I know Damola would not like me to say it, but the kind of man that I am, I'm a very grateful man. People that know me know five things about Tunde. They know that Tunde is a giver. I give, to the world. I have school in Jamaica that I was paying for the student, the teacher salary, the same thing in Nigeria. My only home that's left in Nigeria, I'm turning into uh, um, a motherless home, but it's going to be called the fatherhood home, because all of the kids that are coming to be there, they're going to have my last name, and I'm planning to bring all of them to America to have a better life. I'm a byproduct of adoption, both in Jamaica and in America. I'm a byproduct of foster homes. So me doing this is me giving back. And God has blessed me, before this marriage and during this marriage. But when, you know, àwọn Yorùbá máa ń pòwe kan máa ń sọ pé gbogbo wa la láǹgbà àmẹ́ni tí ń run.
Ọ̀pọ̀ aláǹgbá ló dakùn délẹ̀, a ò mọ̀ èyí tí ń rún.
Thank you. I didn't know I was living with a lizard that was angry and bitter for 14 years of my life. And again, I'm not talking about her. I want to answer your question. When I lost everything because of this lizard, and the lizard actually have connection of lizard that plan to dethrone the king, and I never considered them a threat. But when everything was gone, when I say gone, I'm talking about my health was gone. God restored me, and is still restoring me. My $1 million empire stripped away 100%. 6 vehicles, properties in Nigeria and in America, everything wiped away. I want to put it on record. I had a house in Austell, Georgia. I had a house in Union City, Georgia, right here in Atlanta, that I owned in my name. I had a house in Buckhead, a very prestigious area of who's who. You have real estate there. I had a condo there on the 30th floor. Wasn't cheap. And I had a 7-bedroom, 9 bathrooms in Villa Rica on a golf course in my name, everything in my name. I lost everything. So when I say I lost everything, imagine a man went to sleep as a millionaire, 1.8, let's say 1.2, let's say whatever, but a millionaire. And then 5 days later, crying, doesn't even have toothpaste, don't even have toothbrush. Had to go back to what I used to do in the Saleko, using charcoal and salt with my finger to brush my teeth, sleeping in my office, then got kicked out of my office, in which Damola has been there. And when Damola was there, I was in process of buying the whole building for $3 million. In a few months later, to lose all of that, then the cars got repossessed. I had to ask your friend Damola for money. Damola is there, he can't deny it. He doesn't want me to say, but I'm gonna say it anyway because Momore, he gave me $1,000 twice, I believe, and he humbled me. Not only Damola, other people I have helped out in my past. Money was never my problem, and knowledge, brilliancy in what I do is never my problem. And these people I sow seeds to in my past rose up for me in my present. So help me. And that makes me kind of emotional. Yeah, that's it.
This show is proudly supported by Finserve Pro. Look, listen, if you're an immigrant living in these United States, you already know the American tax system is not for the faint of heart. The rules are complicated, the deadlines are strict, and the penalties for getting it wrong, they can follow you for years. And that's why I don't play with this part of my life. And neither should anybody, neither should you, okay? So whether you're on a visa or on a green card, yes, you heard me. There are certain types of visas where you need to file taxes, or a green card, or you're a new citizen. You need people who understand how to help you stay compliant without confusion, without stress, and without losing money that you shouldn't, because you can lose money on taxes as well. That's why I recommend Finserve Pro. They specialize in helping Africans and other immigrant communities navigate the complicated US taxes legally, efficiently, and very, very affordable. So visit their website today at www.finserve.pro. Your number one tax solution in the diaspora as an Africa diasporan. Thank you very much, Finserve Pro. So when you say that you went to sleep one day, millionaire, you woke up almost the next day or 5 days down the line, everything gone. How does everything go? Is it that the court just comes in and takes everything and gives it to the woman, or what happened? How did you lose all of the money? From my understanding, at least half of it is yours, right?
Yeah, so you said. there are lies that can be, again, I want to mention this and I'm going to reiterate this for the sake of the legal system. I am not mentioning my ex-wife's name. I don't need to mention her name. This message is for men. You know, if you are men, you make between $50,000 a year to $50 million a year. This message is for you, because a lot of our men are dying. I know two, really three in particular in Atlanta that died because of this. I know two that I have been to their homes. I have, played ball with them, shoot pool with them, play table tennis with them that died. But I'm aware of three. Imagine the hundreds that are dying in silence or that are dead, but they just existed. So you asked a question that how does this happen overnight? It's not literally overnight. Like, okay, today is Sunday, July 13th, and then Monday, July 14th, I lost everything. No, no man that's married that truly, truly love his wife. No human being that is married and truly love their spouse. For me in particular, Teju, I'm not a spring chicken when it comes to women. There are 7 continents. I've lived in 5 of them and well off in 5 of them. Um, mo ń ṣe ọkùnrin tó ń ṣe bí àṣàlẹ̀ jẹ̀jẹ̀ bí ẹni tí ò róbìnrin rí, as King Sunny Ade said. Women, getting women is, I'm not an ugly guy, I'm not a dumb guy, I'm not broke, so I have what it takes. And I have my confidence. But loving a woman, one in particular, Teju, I've been on this earth for over half a century. I have never loved a woman the way I loved my ex wife. I have never, ever loved a woman the way my soul loved her. I woke up, she was my mini God, other than Christ. I worshiped her borderline. Now, you guys that are hearing me, you guys going to say, oh, well, you are the problem. You loved her, you put her before God. Shut up. Until you go through truly loving someone from the depth of your soul, you don't really know love. But the hard part is that you started to work hard for that person to love you back from the depth of their soul, but they only love you from their lips. While I'm going to declare something and it's going to shock most men, but men and women that know me all over the world know the kind of a man I am. While women outside dying for me all over the world, begging for me, loving me the way I'm begging to be loved, will do anything just in my present and behind my back. I never wanted them, 1,000 of them, ex-wife me, in my book. But the one that I gave my soul to killed me. I was resurrected back to life. Did that answer your question? So now,
Well, yeah,
so
partly. So you're back now, but how did you lose? That
everything.
part is still.
I gave everything. Okay, I have about $10 million life insurance. She was the primary beneficiary, not the kids, not my mother, not my father, not nobody, not my sisters. I'm the oldest of 6 on both sides of the family. Nobody. It was my ex-wife. Different annuities, Roth IRA. She was the um, revocable beneficiary, irrevocable beneficiary. Um, when I travel the world, she has the right. What is this thing? She has rights to everything to sign for anything, sell, buy anything in my name. 7 different bank accounts with 7 different banks. She had full primary access to it. There were some business accounts where I opened in her presence with her, met with my banker, but my name was in the primary. I chose it like that just to kind of convey the potency or the power of my love. I have evidence for all of these things. Now, people that know me all over the world, I pray that this interview gets out. They can combat the lies I'm telling, or they can validate the truth I'm telling. I was the worker. She never worked, never, ever had to work. I worked for my family, for wife, my children, my wife's family, and very little my family, my mom who's alive, my father who's alive. Never really give them much, but everything for my family, for my wife's family, and for my wife and my kids. That is how I lost everything. That's how I lost everything: properties, health, almost life, money. It seems like overnight to me because of the shock, but this has been planned for 10 years. And there was been checkpoint every day for 10 years. By the time I realized it, I was cooked.
Oh, okay, so I get it. It wasn't the legal system per se. It was that because this was a premeditation on her path. She kept taking from you over the years, just taking until you were down to almost nothing by the time you were lucid enough and by the time you realized that's it.
That's part of it. Now, do you mind if I get deeper? Do you
Oh
mind?
no, please go ahead. Go ahead.
After the first 2 years of marriage, my ex-wife got her citizenship. All right. I started noticing changes. Now, I'm going to declare something. For everybody that know me in the world or anybody that's watching this interview, my name is Olatunde Abdul Sharif Aromire Adekunle. I was not a perfect man. I was a dog. I traveled the world. I had women all over the world in all the languages that I speak. I had women I can talk to in those languages that were dying to have me to themselves. I never could commit. But just like I said in Yoruba, Egberun gbogbo won to ex-wife me. Because in my eyes, she was the best woman on earth. So I thought. She was the most better looking, so I thought. Nice shape, so I thought. Wife material, so I thought. I sang this. I believed this. So I thought. So because of that, I was a big cheater. I was a cheater. I wasn't a liar that lied to women. I didn't need anything from women but one thing. So I had multiple women. I was never, ever uh, faithful in my marriage. I'm gonna declare that because I don't want to talk bad about my ex-wife and act like I was a perfect man. I wasn't. However, a perfect protector, 1,000%. Not too many men can touch me. Provider, not too many people can touch. Love, take care, provide in abundant, not too many men. And one thing people continue to say is a perfect father. I didn't have a perfect father growing up. I wasn't raised by my father. He tried his best. I didn't have a perfect mother growing up. I wasn't raised by my mother. She tried her very best. However, I'm a byproduct of foster homes. So I worked in my life. I married the way I know how to, so that my children can never, ever know another man as a stepdad or foster father. And my children will never know another woman as a stepmom or foster mom. Those were the ghosts that was chasing me that made me make a decision that my wife, my household, everything my kids want in abundance and what she want and her family, I provided in abundance. Not knowing I was setting myself up for failure. I was getting allowance from my ex-wife and she never worked. Oh, by the way, her allowance every month was $10,000 a month, cash, $10,000. Think about that, not naira, $10,000. When she gave me twins, when she got pregnant and gave me twins, I said thank you. I gave her $50,000 cash. I did that, but it was part of her exit package. She was stacking things up, and I was not stacking nothing up. When I gave her family money to buy properties in Nigeria, they put the property in her name, not my name. Oh, they forgot, they said. And the ones that they put in both of our names, she was the primary. I was set up to fail
Uh,
from the beginning. So
Sorry,
now,
I have. Let me just jump in here because I have so many questions. They're stacking up, and I don't want them to overwhelm me.
yeah,
Just on that point, you gave her family money in Nigeria to buy property for you. Why didn't you give the money to your family?
that's a That's a very good question. My family are there. I come from the royal family, Aromire family in Lagos. Um, I turn, you know, tí àwọn táyé bá máa fẹ́ bá èèyàn jà, I must say this in Yoruba. Ó máa kẹ̀yìn ẹbí sí ẹbí, ẹ̀yìn ìyá sí ọmọ, ẹ̀yìn ọmọ sí bàbá, so that you will be all alone. God forgive me. I fought against my mother, broke her soul. I fought against my father. I broke him. I was arrogant. I was foolish. I was stupid. I was rich, but I was dumb. Nǹkan tágbà gbá rí, ibi tágbà jókòó, nǹkan tó rí tọmọdé bá gungi àparò kò lè rí. I was warned. I was warned. And because I was warned over and over and I didn't listen, I made my mother my enemy. Ọ̀rọ̀ tó jẹ́ pé kí ọmọ ò gbọ́dọ̀ sọ látẹnu ẹ̀, mo sọ sí ìyá sí bàbá. May God forgive me. Ẹlẹ́dàá àwọn òbí mi méjèèjì kọ́. I've made amends. I've done that, but to even talk about it is beyond. I'd rather get shot than to even remember some of the behaviors I did. I was a fool, a dumb fool. I was isolated from friends and family. Teju, keep in mind, I only lived in Nigeria the first 5 years of my life. I don't know Nigeria. Yoruba tí mò ń sọ. I learned Yoruba just about 15 years ago listening to Sikiru Ayinde Barrister's song. And my ex-wife helped me perfect it. So àwọn ìwà, àwọn àṣà, àwọn nǹkan tí ọkọ ò gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe sí ilé àná, sí àwọn àná, gbogbo ẹ̀ lé mo ṣe because I didn't know. Ṣé gbẹ́rẹ́ lọ fún mi ni? I didn't know. I did it. Ṣé gbẹ́rẹ́ lórí, gbẹ́rẹ́ lóko, gbẹ́rẹ́ níbàdí, ọ̀pá ẹ̀yìn. I did all that because I loved her. Àwọn àṣejẹ ńkọ́? Àṣemú ńkọ́? Ìtọ́gbé wá níjẹ̀bú Òǹdè ńkọ́? Ìtọ́gbé wá níbòmí ńkọ́? Tó rùn ju nǹkan burúkú lọ. Tí ìyàwó gbé fún mi pé o gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ because I loved, I gave. And now after a certain time, all I saw was her. After a certain time, all I crave for is her. It got so bad that tí n bá fẹ́ ṣeré níta pẹ̀lú obìnrin mi, mo ò dìde. But tí n bá délé màá dìde o. Tí n bá délé màá dìde. One of the things about witchcraft, see, I know the Bible and I know the Quran. I was born and raised as a Muslim. My grandfather was the first chief imam of Eko Central Mosque. But I left when I was a kid. I memorized the whole Quran by the age of 6. I was born in it. But I'm not a Muslim. I gave my heart to Christ 25 years ago, and I know the Bible in and out. I went to seminary school. Not too many people know this about me. The same way I crammed the Quran by the age of 6, I crammed the whole Bible. It's just the way I am. But one thing about the Bible is this. The Bible said there's a way that seems right to a man. The end leads to death. This is the byproduct of continuous disobedience. I know how to quote the scriptures, but I never make it applicable to the carnality of my flesh, the proclivities of my flesh. Now I'm a different man. To the way I love, to whom I love, how can two walk together unless they be one? Wives, submit yourself unto your husband. Husband, love your wife as Christ. I was able to love my wife as Christ loved the church and gave. And part of giving, I wasn't giving with wisdom. I am not mentioning anything to throw negative marks to my ex-wife. I will not even mention her name. This interview is not for her. This interview is, I was supposed to be dead 6 months ago, 8 months ago, a year ago. I had to go have an emergency surgery in Mexico. Keep in mind, I told you I speak Spanish fluently. They had to take out 80% of my stomach. I was weighing 280 pounds. I was on 25 medications a day. Medications that I should have been dead from those medications. For years, people that know me, knew us, knows the truth. Every day, 25 medication. What kind of medication? Okay. I don't know, pregabalin, 1,000 milligram, gabapentin, bentin, the same thing. Cyclobenzapril, high dosage of milligram, oxycodone, hydrocodone, um, um, I can't name all of them. Teju, all of these medications. People that know me and know us in Nigeria, I can give you 1,000 people names. People that know me in Jamaica and people, hundreds of thousands that know me in the United States knows this. I was 280 pounds. I dare anyone to go research my picture a year ago online. My message to whoever a year ago, I was 280. My organs were shutting down. Kidney, I was pissing blood. And I'm supposed to have a wife that loved me. No, she loved the benefits. And she was waiting on the time. Because I've heard it came from her own mouth. Because part of the side effects of those medications is hallucinations, memory loss, forgetfulness. But
Okay, but was she poisoning you though? I mean, because I don't see. So my correlation is how is all of that her fault, really?
good question. When you love someone, Teju, you love your wife, correct? I'm not sure if you're married. Are you married?
Oh yeah, 3 kids, as far as I know.
Congratulations. Well,
Thank you.
would you allow your wife to be taking 25 medication without intervening on why you are taking this, going to the doctor? Why does she have to
No,
take this? You wouldn't let her,
no,
right? Because
no.
in Kotoba Bauri Oba Obara, correct?
Yes.
You are the head of the household. Your wife is the neck. If the neck is struggling, the head can move. The body, being the children, they are going to feel the pain because of the neck, correct?
Mm-hmm.
The best thing for the neck to do is to look out for the head. No, my neck didn't do that. She encouraged more medication, pẹ̀lú herbs, pẹ̀lú, the medication, the Euro, agbo. It was to kill me. I know this now because I remember what happened then. And I have the evidence of the 25 different medications. Sometimes I was taking a day. Back then, I wouldn't sleep for 3, 4, 5 days. Hallucinations, suicidal thoughts. And my ex in a big mansion on a golf course will be sleep snoring. Never worked. I go to the doctor's appointment, never with me. Oh, take more medication. So you're right. It wasn't her fault, but she was a conduit encouraging him more because she was focusing on the benefits I have. $10 million life insurance. She don't
Okay, so I
have
mean, let me jump in again here. What's the so anybody watching this? I mean, so first of all, anybody watching this, first of all, might conclude from all of this that well, this is just some guy who got his heart broken, right? He fell in love. In fact, from my experience of having rolled with the ladies a bit, that's usually destiny for players. That's usually what happens. You're a player, you're rolling around with girls, then you always fall in love. You almost always fall in love with the wrong one. And then she will show you Pepe. So somebody watching this is probably thinking, well, this is some guy who was a player, fell in love with the wrong girl, she broke his heart, he fell sick and all of that. So I mean that happens every day, maybe 1,000 plays every day. What's the warning here? What's different here? This is just some guy who had his heart broken.
See, having your heart broken is the woman leaving you. Having your heart broken is she left you and it hurt you, but doesn't touch your pocket. It doesn't touch your health. It doesn't touch your family, the nucleus, what makes you you. You know what I mean? I've had my heart broken with women. Of course, I'm not a spring chicken. And I've broken women's heart. It just go both ways. But when someone wants to take your life, that's not heartbreak.
Yeah, so that's the thing. So that's what is the proof of that is where I'm going, because it's a bit hard to legislate. Let's assume I'm a judge in a court or I'm a lawyer. It's a bit hard to legislate. Are you saying you have proof that that was what she was actually trying to do? Consciously, she actually had a plan to kill you.
I have the medical evidence to show it. I have 80% of my stomach gone. I think I sent it to you. The toxicology report of finding bleach, ammonia in my system, plus other stuff, the decaying. I have blood work that can show it. I have evidence. The only reason why I'm not pursuing it is because, the toxicology report was done in Mexico, not in the United States. In the United States, the healthcare system wants to take me through hoops. My life depended on it. I would be dead. But in Mexico, I had to borrow money to go to Mexico to go get the surgery. And one of the things they said was, how are you still alive with all of this in you? Teju,
And these were things that were given to you to eat by your wife. That was consumption over the years.
For years, yes. For years. Now, people that know me knows this. Teju, I have never drank alcohol in my life. Ever. Ever. I'm not a smoker or a drinker. I don't go to clubs. That's not my lifestyle. I don't eat swallow. I've never eaten swallow, so say that. All I eat is rice. People that see these interviews, they are shaking their head. Yeah. We know him. I don't even eat meat no more. Rice. White rice. So stuff was put in my food over the years. There was a time my son was cautioning me. Be careful. For years, my own son said that. Be careful. I didn't listen because I was dumb.
Be careful of what? Your son told you to be careful of his mom?
Yes. Daddy, you're always working. You're not home. You do too much. You gave her too much. You love too much. You shouldn't do this.
How old is he?
My son now is 15, but, for a good 3 years, he said that.
A young boy was telling you that? I mean, might have been 9, 10, 11 was telling you that?
My food in the fridge was always labeled when I come home. It was labeled. Yeah. I did not listen.
Okay. Well, so let's go to the part where you said you were a cheater, right? A woman, I can just imagine that if women are watching this, a woman will say, well, this is no more or no less than you deserve. A cheating man deserves every bad thing that happens to him. I don't care whether or not you were providing. A man should not cheat on his wife. And by your confession, by your admission, by your own testament and testimony, you cheated on your wife. So why should anybody feel sorry for you? Shouldn't, in a world where justice exists or where God exists, somebody will say, this is what should happen to you. In fact, they will say in Yoruba, this is karma. Yeah. This is as it should be. These are the consequences of your cheating action.
Yes. So, tabasoni Yoruba pe àtúbọ̀tán lélẹ̀, fine. Tá bá sọ pé Ọlọ́run ló mú ẹ, fine. Tá bá sọ pé karma, that's all fine and dandy. I'm not the first, and I will not be last. I'm telling you, everyone listening and watching this video, I confess my stance that I cheated for probably good 9 years of my relationship with my ex-wife. I need you guys to start thinking, what is causing this? Is it doing this because he's cursed, or is he doing this because he lacks something? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take off my glasses and let you guys see me closer. I never cheated because mo fẹ́ bá obìnrin lò pọ̀. I never cheated because I can't control my penis or my dick or anything like that. Never. That's not what I was looking for. Contrary. Now I'm going to enlighten y'all. I did this because in my house, I was the woman in my house. Every day, kó máa dọ̀bálẹ̀ fún ìyàwó ẹ̀ tó ń bọ̀. Kó máa kúnlẹ̀ pé jọ̀ọ́ má bínú sí mi, kúnlẹ̀. I kneel every other day. What can I do to make you happy? Owó, here's 5,000. Just go shopping. What can I do? Ilé, máa ra lé fún ẹni bucket. As a token of apologies. Máa kúnlẹ̀. Tí n bá máa travel, tí n bá máa lọ bí iṣẹ́, máa kúnlẹ̀, á fọwọ́ ẹ̀ sí mi lórí, kò ní sọ̀rọ̀ síta. All of those things take preeminent the longer you go. 14 years of marriage, Teju, that my wife took my clothes, my ex-wife took my clothes to the dry cleaner. I cannot say it happens 4 times. I can never say that. Kó ṣe ìtẹríba fún ọkọ. I don't recall that ever happened. Kó kúnlẹ̀ níwájú mi maybe 3 times in 14 years. Kó bẹ̀ mí pé I'm sorry. Maybe that never happened in 14 years. Èmi sọ fún yín pé èmi ni mo cheat. Fine, that's me admitting to me, but let's quantify it. It wasn't because, I was hungry for sex. Contrary, I was hungry for attention. I was hungry for validation. I was hungry for love, true love. I was hungry for acceptance. I had friends that I only met through my own wife. The friends said, when they got to know me, they said, Tunde, you are Nigerian by name and by birth, but you're not really Nigerian. Yahweh Bonjuelo. She's 5 years ahead of you. This woman don't love you. She love your money. She love what you can do. She love that you look good. And I discovered, even her ex-husband, the same thing was done to her ex-husband, whom I heard terrible things about. Oh, he was beating me. He was bringing women home. He was slapping me. He was stealing. I heard so much about this guy. I said to myself, whenever I meet this guy, I'm going to knock him out. Because she's not my wife. I say, tí rọ́bà lọ lógún ọdún, ọjọ́ kan ṣoṣo ló tọ́ máa dé pa, ó máa nà. The ex-husband, later on, I found out who he was. He started working for me, and I got the truth. He helped me open my eyes, some of the stuff that was being done to him by the same characters. And I sent this ex-wife of mine to Mecca through Elijah. I even sent her and my mom together. So
Okay,
I'm saying, let me, add more season to the food. I didn't cheat because I was hungry for sex.
So she was giving you sex.
I had to buy it. Oh, mon binu se o, ma fo ko mi o, ma polopa mo e. Ma binu jojo, ma kunle. Ma binu jojo, ma dobale. And outside, back then, they was giving it to me on a silver platter, gold platter. I'm about 5'11". Divine is taller than me, close to 6 foot. I'm an ex-running back. I work out. I'm not a bad-looking guy. And then I wasn't broke. And I'm educated, almost done with my PhD, like Dr. Divine. I'm just about a year away. So I'm not uneducated, and I'm a linguistics. With all of that, getting women is not a problem. I only wanted one woman. What kind of woman? One woman that can love me, give me children, serve me as I serve her. Love my mother, good or bad. Love my father, good or bad. Take care of them the same way I take care of you and your family. Is that too hard to ask for? Take care of my home, have kids for me. Is it too hard to ask a woman to be faithful?
She wasn't faithful?
Listen, I know what I saw, and if she wants to take me to court when that day comes, I will bring the evidence. So there's a club called in Atlanta. When that time come, I have the video recorded. How many times did she go there? What is that kind of club for?
You got to tell me. I mean, you got to tell me. What did
It's
she
a
go do
swingers
there? What
club.
was the club for?
It's a swingers club.
A swingers club.
Women go there to have sex with multiple men or with women.
And you have evidence that she went there multiple times?
Not only evidence, I have the video. Evidence is word of mouth or what is written. I have the name checking with the driver. I'm in technology. I can find anything I want.
I mean, so if you had that, then I mean, did you have that after the? I mean, even if you had that after the divorce, surely then everything should have been in your favor. Then I mean, if you have had evidence, concrete evidence that your wife was cheating on you, infidelity, surely that makes. I mean, that gives you almost everything in the divorce. Or am I getting the legal system wrong?
You are 100% wrong. My
Oh,
ex-wife, I woke up one day. I do my ceremonies the way I like to do, just be in the shower for 40 minutes, let the water run down, praying, talking to God. When I'm done, brush my teeth. Then I go on my knees and I study, the word or take some scriptures pertaining to whatever I'm dealing with that day before I leave. I'm in my office by 6, 7:30 because I'm the one that take my kids to school. All my kids. I'm the one. She and I, we have 4. About 12 p.m., I got a letter on September 9th. No, I'm sorry, September 9th, 2024, saying that I was served by the court with a sheriff, the police department. You are never allowed to go back in your house again until you report to court. I was shocked because September 7th was her birthday. I took her, all our 4 kids, out to a place of her choice to go have a birthday brunch. This is not a cheap place. I spent $500 in that place. I have the receipts to show it as evidence. Danced and everything. Just for 2 days later, for me to be served. That sent me in a shock. It's a dream. I'm not allowed back in the house that I bought with my money, my power. And what was reported to the court was I was beating my newborn baby boys. I was trying to rape her. I was beating her. I was locking her up in a cage. Her mother that was living there testified that I'm dangerous to her and my kids. Tejumola, I'm sorry, Teju Babyface, my Joe. This is the word of God. Almost 14 years I was married. If I've ever pinched my ex-wife, may the curses that is in this word overshadow me all the days of my life. Amen. If I ever pinched her. But if I never pinch her, and move for what can may the blessings that are in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 1 through 13, that I am blessed in the city, I am blessed in the field. I am blessed in everywhere I come and go. I have power over every stronghold, sickness and power. All of those blessings, it will not only come upon my life, but upon my children, my children's children, and children's children for generation. Lies was told about me in court with tears. A woman can do that. And that's the beginning of calamities. This time I'm not reasoning, I'm not thinking. I'm still operating from the mindset or the heartbeat of love. This is my family. Think about it. That I told you I am a byproduct of foster homes and adoptions. I never want my children to go through anything like that. But someone was planning something as they did not care. They want properties, they want money, they want everything. And now, but they have been doing their own dirt that my own ex-wife said to me.
Please translate that.
Oh, thank you for asking. There are Black Americans and white Americans that like me. They will take better care of me than you. They are more romantic than you. Teju, one of the things I pride myself in is the ability to be perfect in being romantic. My ex-wife never touched a door because she was my queen. My daughter don't touch a door. She's my princess. I bring flowers, sometimes twice a week. Buy jewelries. Allocation of finance, funding for wherever you want to go. You want to go to Dubai? Sure, here. You want to go to the clubs? I'll drive you. I'm not a club guy. I wait in my car and do my work on my laptop while I'm gaining weight. You want to rest? I'll take care of the kids. You sleep while I have not slept in 4 or 5 days. I did everything. I'm a romantic man. Her family and her were complaining, I'm too romantic. Do your research about me, Olatunde Abdul Sherif Aromire Adekunle. Here in Atlanta, women that know me, men that know me say, that man is extremely romantic. He loves his family. I was
not to get off the point today. So what I asked was you were about to educate me on how having evidence of her going to this swingers club did not help you in the divorce proceedings.
I wasn't thinking like that, Teju. I was thinking my children, being raised by someone, these things just happen to you. These are lies. I was thinking, asasi, tafa, lati itawonu lemi. I was thinking all of that. I wasn't thinking like, this is something that's been planned against you for years. It's just executed to perfection now. I wasn't thinking she was gathering stuff. Remember.
And you can't bring that evidence forward retroactively now that you have your wit about you.
It's too late.
Oh, you can't. It's too late now.
I can do that for civil lawsuits, but for what? I'm still trying to raise money for my lawyer so he won't leave me. I can do that for civil lawsuits. Defamation of character, I can, but not for the divorce.
Okay, my understanding was that your divorce is over. Why do you still have a lawyer? Because I saw some of the papers, right? What are you? Are you still in court?
Still in court. Still in court. Because the ask that she's wanting, she won the Mercedes-Benz, the Jaguar, the houses, and everything. I have no say-so over my children, no nothing. For me to sign my parental rights away. You got the documents. Look at some of the stuff she's asking for. I cannot lie about this. Taxation, all she's asking for me to do is just be there financially. Like a meal. And I'm not
So
going to do
is
that.
America against men really?
Yes,
Because
wealthy men.
you've touched.
Wealthy men, yes. The law in America is written against wealthy men. And again, listen, I'm not wealthy. I wasn't wealthy. I was rich. Wealthy men and women own rich men and rich women. I was rich. I wasn't wealthy. If you are well to do, all a woman, I mean, just look online, Google it, look at the Kardashian, how the girls made their names. Look at great people, great men. How it's all about allegation. Look what happened to Michael Jackson. He killed them. It's allegation. Falsification of false, appearing truth. And then they will use the court to muzzle you. You can't talk. You can't say anything. You can't go to social media. You can't say and you can't isolate your story with their name. That's why
You're
I'm
saying that
saying
all a woman has to do in America, if you're a rich man who's married to her, all she just has to do is just bring the allegations forward and you're finished.
you have to get a court, you have to get a lawyer to take to go to court. And God forbid you have children. God forbid you have properties that you put her name on it. You are dead, man. I'm a living example. Don't believe my story. Just go online. There's a young lady that I hired then to work for me. I never had women working for me. Never. I don't believe in it. So I always hire men. I don't believe in it because I like to set parameters for me not to make any kind of fleshly, carnal mistakes. I've never done it. 20 years, never hired a woman. She was the first. That woman became the best blessing I've ever made, decision I've ever made in hiring. Let me tell you the reason, some of the reason why. My business grew during her tenure. During her tenure, my business grew. And this woman is a woman of faith. She woke me up spiritually. We prayed together. Administratively, she brought structure to my company. When all of this stuff happened, and I lost my office, I lost my mind, I lost my wealth, I lost my health, this woman that I hired, she became the face of Jesus Christ in my life. She was the one that nursed me to life. When I almost committed suicide with a gun, she was the one that stopped it. When I overdosed, she was the one that helped me. When I was having many strokes, shaking, she was the one that covered me. I laid on her couch. She was the one that fed me. Did you? This woman. Till today, did you? I'm in her house. I have no place to go. I can't find a job. You are too qualified. With this woman and some of my staff, I have evidence to show you. I have applied for over 5,000 contracts. I have done interviews. You are too overqualified. Even when I dumb myself down, oh, you're a threat. Employers look at you online. They see your experience, you're a threat. I even interview for a job, 50,000. Tell me if you back home. They said no, they will give it to somebody else who is less experienced. So this type of women, going back to someone I was married to, they don't do this alone. In Atlanta, they have a cult, a clan of them. If their husband is $50,000 or and beneath, he's nobody. But once they join that cult or that clan, that $50,000 a year husband, lack of a better word, he becomes a woman. But the women there that are married to well-to-do men, The women come together. They have their own lawyers. They have their own influence. They have their own police officers in different counties that they partner with. They have regular meetings. They have donations that they do. They come after a big fish like me. The big fish, the assets they get, they use it to fund other women, to groom them. And they go from houses to houses. Google Atlanta babes. Google them. Google how many of them started the cult married and how many of them divorced. Google the atrocities this type of women do to mighty men in Atlanta, in Dallas, Texas, in Houston, Texas, in Maryland. I'm only speaking from my own experience. I'm not speaking from hearsay. I know 3 people in Atlanta that their wives are in this club. 2 of them personally, those 3 men are dead. Dead. One of them was in my neighborhood. I see him, touch him, go play with him, laugh with him. He had a heart attack while he was driving his truck in Texas, and he slumped over and died. Guess what? The guy that was sleeping with his wife, who was his friend, sleeping with his wife in his house, who was his friend, was the one that planned her husband's funeral in his house. Yes, I know this not by hearsay. What I know, confirm. I'm an eyewitness.
Okay, today I want to quickly touch on your cheating, for want of a better word, your cheating activities before we go any further. So according to what you told me and what I'm gathering, when you actually cheated on your wife, or the times you cheated, you actually went to her and confessed. In fact, I think one of the things you sent me, you actually called your children too and you confessed to them that you cheated, and you gave your ex-wife, the woman you cheated with, you gave her the number of the woman. Am I reading that correctly?
Yes, you are, but I'm gonna add more to it.
Okay.
And I say this with utmost humility, Teju. One thing I don't struggle with is lying. Àwọn Yorùbá máa ń sọ pé gbogbo aṣọ kọ́ là ń sá sórùn. Èmi máa ń sá gbogbo ẹ̀ sórùn because I don't want anyone to think this guy is too perfect. Kò sí nǹkan tóbìnrin máa fẹ́ tọ́lọ́run ò fún mi. Kò sí. Lára ọkùnrin kò sí o. Lórí ọkùnrin kò sí. I am blessed, but I'm humbled in this humble state of my life. When I cheated, when I lived a lifestyle of cheating, it wasn't for sex, guys. It was for love, affirmation, best friend support. I never got that for 5 days in my previous marriage. I never got that. I was getting that out there. But one thing about women is that when a woman loves you, part of them showing the love is that giving their body. I offer myself. And then I did that. I did that for years. I thought, wow, the Bible said it better. Shall we continue to sin so that grace may abound? No. The Bible said it better. The Bible said, can a man, the book of Proverbs, can a man put fire on his slap and his clothes not be scorched? How can a young man keep his ways pure? By living according to thy word. Thy word have I hid in my heart, that I might not sin against thee. Psalm 19 said, who can discern your great error? Forgive my secret sins. May no sins rule. I can go 5,000 scriptures because I have them here and here. However, because of that is what made me say, you know what? Holy Spirit, forgive me. I remember praying one prayer. I said, Lord, I've been asking for deliverance. You have not delivered me. So I'm going to continue to sin. Then I started understanding the principles of the word, and I started partnering with great people in the word. And I discovered that I need to pray that prayer differently. I'm going to get to your question. I had to go to God and say, look, I love sex. I love the attention I get from women, but I love you more. Help me. The moment I say that, deliverance start happening left to right. Women dropping, my desire, my taste changing. And I wanted to expose it. And I exposed myself. I met with my kids. Then I called my ex-wife's mother, uncles, grandmother, family, aunties. I met with everyone. I said, this is what I did. I feel so terrible. And part of not apologies, but repentance is that I'm going to put her name in all of the accounts. This is why I said I was getting allowance, because if you don't have money, how you going to get girls? But me getting girls didn't have anything to do with money. It's me. And I put all her name on every account as primary, and I was secondary. On my properties, she's primary, I was secondary. And I went, boy, anybody wants to buy, you told you better, I want share. Oh, call mobile share. They said that. One of her,
Translate that again, please. Translate that.
one of them says, well, a few of them says, man, Tunde, you don't have to apologize and let her know anything. We do worse than that. One of them specifically told me, saying that, his wife called him and his wife's best friend in their matrimonial bed. Tunde, have you ever done that? I said, oh my gosh, no. He said, you don't need to confess this. Your ex-wife is a Muslim. She should understand that. But be careful, because her and other people in the family has a plan for you, and it's not tailor-made to fit you for good things, Tunde. One of them told me that. I'm like, get out of here. And also, I disclosed the numbers of these women, their pictures, their phone numbers, their addresses to my ex-wife and her family.
Okay, so my goodness, so how did she take it? I can only imagine that if you say somebody wanted to kill you and somebody has plans for you, and from the beginning it was all a plan and a setup, I can only imagine that confessing that you've been cheating, confessing to infidelity, I can only imagine that it gave her more ammunition.
I did. But when you imagine that there was spiritual work that was done upon me. I didn't believe in Ogun. I never believed in it. I had to experience it in the most atrocious way in my life. I never buried. I don't know what that is or what that could do. When a woman, let me give you a true example. So kind of lay the foundation here, Teju. I remember one time in the beginning of my marriage with my ex-wife. She called in my phone. I didn't used to have locks in it back then. She went in my phone while I was in the shower, and she saw pictures of me and women, sexting videos and all this other stuff. Now, keep in mind, I said it was around the 2 years mark that she was about to get her citizenship. The month she got her citizenship, the very following month, my ex-wife opened up the biggest challenge I've ever faced with a woman. She says, I see a picture of men naked in your phone. I see pictures of women naked in your phone. She says, and I'm going to quote her. My ex-wife said, I am going to expose you to the whole Atlanta. You're going to run out of Atlanta.
Sorry, before you go, I hate to cut you. Did she say she saw pictures of naked men on your phone?
Naked men, naked women on my phone. And my nakedness too on my phone.
Was she alleging that, or were there actually pictures of naked men on your phone?
She was alleging that, and also there were actual pictures. Let me amplify that more. I used to date a young lady out of LaGrange, Georgia. All right. She owns a few strip clubs in Atlanta. Atlanta is known for strip clubs. But she was having money problem. She partnered with me, who didn't have money problem, to be a silence financier or silence partner. I don't have to go to the club. I don't have to do anything. But everything that they do from a transaction perspective, everything that they do from a marketing perspective, my second phone then had it in it. So that second phone was for just that business and also the financial transaction. She saw the financial transaction. She saw the market, the strip club for men, the strip club for women, and from that, she wanted to use it to, what is this word? Blackmail. That's what she did. Unless I obliged to her ask. And then she also said, hey, listen, men love me. She got nice small hips, flat stomach, big butt, nice. She's sexy. She was sexy. And she said, unless I oblige to divorce her, she's going to expose me. And I said, well, listen, what you see, you don't understand. You are new to America. You have money coming in, you don't know where it's coming from. Let the sleeping giants sleep, is what I said. Then she said that I wasn't moved by that. Then she said she's going to send the pictures to my mother, my sisters. I'm the eldest on both sides, and my father. I said, now you're pushing it too far. Show it to CNN. I don't give a damn. But not my mother. Show it to CNN. Show it to Fox. Not my father. Obi ogbọ́dọ̀ máa rí àwọn nǹkan burúkú nípa ọmọ ẹ̀. Ibẹ̀ yẹn ló ti mú mi. And because I refuse to be submerged under the blackmail, she sent it to my mom. She sent it to my father and met with my father. And my father said, let me see the picture. It was just my naked picture laying down. So my father said, this is why you think my son is sleeping with men? This is why you think my son is sleeping with multiple women? My father said, yeah, my son have multiple women, perhaps. It is something he needs to outgrow. But men, and she sent the same thing to my mom and my sister. My family told her, no, that's not him. That will never be him. My friends told her the same thing. And my friends, whom I met only through her, said, Tunde, she's trying to set you up. And one day, by the time you realize it, I hope it's not too late. This conversation was 11 years ago. This situation was 11 years ago. That's the truth.
So why didn't you divorce her by that point? I mean, you have a woman 2 years into your marriage who sends your naked pictures around to your family. And she said she wanted a divorce, right? I mean, so first of all, why didn't you divorce her? She wanted a divorce. She could have been out of this, 11 years ago, according to you, but you were still in love? I don't understand that.
Very good question. See, you are sitting from the outside looking in. I'm sitting in the house looking out through the lattice of my window, and I'm talking to you. You got to go back to the fact that I have kids now with her, 2 kids, a boy and a daughter. You got to go back to what I mentioned, that I'm a byproduct of adoption and foster homes. And I don't believe I want to create that generational curse to reciprocate in my children. You got to also understand that there's been some, pregnancy that didn't stay. I didn't want to go through that. So sometimes to get what you want and also to wait for what is called the change, the hope of she'll fall in love with me one day. I work hard for it. I will do everything she need me to eat or sleep or drink, whatever, in hope. And the Bible finishes saying, hope defers, makes the heart sick. I should have done it. Hindsight is always 20/20. I should have done it then. But I paid the biggest price now.
So this is what I'm gathering from what you're saying, that 2 years into the marriage, she wanted a divorce because she thought that at that point she had enough evidence to get all the finances she could get in the divorce. She already had her citizenship already. So she had gotten what she wanted. She wanted out. She had evidence. She had pictures. But you stayed in it for love and for the kids.
That's it. For love first. For love.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Tunde, as I begin to round this up, I want to say so. One of the first things that you said to me, and I said that in the introduction, was that Nigerian men should disabuse themselves of the idea of going back home or marrying Nigerian women. Right? That we think that when we marry a Nigerian girl or a girl from back home, we're doing well.
Let me say this real quick. About 3 years ago, I did a #1,000,000 wedding in Nigeria, not because I wanted it, not because I wanted it, because her family demanded it, and she demanded it.
Did you say 3 years ago?
3 years ago. I'm sorry,
Okay.
almost 4 years now. 4 years, almost 4 years
Okay.
ago. ₦100 million wedding, and that was cash, not finance. And kobo àwọn ohun àbí àwọn ẹni ẹ̀ kò sí níbẹ̀ now. See, Teju, they used to tell me, her family used to tell me, my family are terrible. I didn't come from a good family. They didn't raise me. They didn't do this. Yeah.
Okay. Just to
I want to say that was a lie. Yeah, my family is not perfect, but whose family? But when things start opening for me, and I look back and I'm like, how come I did not see this? They were all part of the cahoot. Oh, her grandmother would live in my house for 6 years every day. My paper helped her come to America. Her mother. My paper is what they used to bring them to America, one by one. And then when they get in my house, they were on salary. Salary. Tó bá fẹ́ ṣe business ní Nàìjíríà èmi now. Ó fẹ́ ṣe shop ní Balógun èmi now. Àwọn àbúrò ẹ̀ fẹ́ ṣí fishing, or fishing thing, or farming, pig farming. All of this is come from me. These people were on salary. 10, 12, 13 years every month. Not 1, not 5, not 10, not 20. I've been good to these people. On salary, they never lack. Oúnjẹ ebi ò pa wọ́n rí. Ibi tó máa gbé ìyà ò jẹ wọ́n, aṣọ tó máa wọ̀ kò ṣe wọ́n. This is what I did.
I get that. Today, sorry to cut it. I just wanted us to get to that point that I was trying to make. That you're saying that Nigerian men who are in the United States or in whatever other part, Nigerian men in the diaspora, because it's a belief that if you want to marry, go back home, get a Nigerian girl or marry a Nigerian girl who is here. You're saying that is an idea that doesn't work. Don't marry Nigerian girls. Are you still standing on that, or was I the one who misconstrued what you were saying?
No, you didn't misconstrue what I said. You said it well. However, if I operate from my emotional state, I would say, wallahi talai, I will never touch another woman in my life. And if I'm going to do it, it will never be Nigerian woman. They are liars, manipulators, connivers, hoodwinker. They will bamboozle you. And also their mother and their father will swear to Allah, swear to God, just so that they can get that child here. Once the child gets here, the power a woman have in America that a woman don't have in Nigeria, and the court system, they will. I know a friend that died because he brought a woman to America. She said he raped her. He married her. He was a doctor. When he was in jail, he hung himself because he brought a Nigerian woman. So are you going to tell me, Olatunde, that all Nigerian women are like that? Absolutely not. I'm using logic. Now, with my logic, I would say 90% of them are, only 10%. But good luck in finding that 10%. So, good luck.
Okay, wait, because I was going to push back against that, right? But so you've qualified it now that it's not all. Because I was going to say, no, it can't be all. There are so many good Nigerian women. It's countless, right? But you're saying that even on that, for you, you're saying that on the balance, this many Nigerian women that I'm talking about are only in the 10th percentile. that 90% of them they're bad, and that if you take that chance and go bring a girl from home, it's 90% that you're going to regret that. That's what you're saying.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Now, I want to also, put some caveat to that. I'm still a young man, you know. Um, do I want to get married again from an emotional perspective? God forbid. I wish to be lying. Alone, that's from an emotional perspective. Do I want to get married to have a life companion? I would like that. I wouldn't love that. Mundira mimu, kò sí obìnrin kan nínú ilé ayé yìí, anywhere in the world, tó lè sọ pé òun bá Olatunde sùn. Nobody can say they are having sex with me, or I'm having sex with them, or I'm having sexual encounter. Nobody can say that. I was just
Right
in
now.
Nigeria. Period. In the past almost 2 years that I've been going through this hell. Nobody can say that. I was in Nigeria now. Nobody can say Tunde is doing this with them, or nobody. And not only 2 years now, but the last 3 to 4 years of my marriage, all this was stopped. Have I met powerful women that I'm like, oh my gosh? One in particular that divine was there. I met a lady. One in particular that divine was there. Honestly, not too many women easily, like, it wasn't her beauty. I'm used to beautiful women. It was her everything. She is Nigerian, a very, very powerful Nigerian woman. I'm not going to say her name. And I was at awe for the first time in my life. I was at awe in meeting her. So if I say every Nigerian woman is bad, that's a lie, because she's not bad and she lives here in Atlanta. But right now, you can't get me to date a woman even if she's from Mars. You can't get me to date or be with a woman even if she's from Timbuktu. It doesn't matter whether she's green, black, yellow, or turquoise. It doesn't matter. I'm going to say different. I ain't interested. I ain't interested in nobody. You know what? Because my soul, my spirit, my emotion, my soul realm, which is my mind, my will, my emotion, when I say it's crushed, it's an understatement.
Okay, thank you for qualifying that, because I was just about to point out to you that our Nigerian brother Simon Guobadia, I'm sure you know the story because he's in ATL.
I happen to know Simon. You know how I know Simon? There's a gentleman by the name of Peter. He's a Jamaican guy who owned a few restaurants. He was part of the Housewife of Atlanta. You can Google this. I lived in Jonestown, Jamaica. Peter is from Jonestown. Keep in mind, I speak their language. When I heard about that situation, Peter said, Ola, the same thing happened to you if it happened to Simon. He said the same thing. He said, yo, the same thing that happened to you is happening to Simon. The difference is Simon's in jail. And Simon's not an American citizen. You've been a citizen for 36 years. That's what has saved you. And Simon is going to get deported. And Simon has tried so many times to be an American citizen by paying different people, paying different women. It didn't work. She's going to own him. And he lost everything.
So that's the point I was making. So it's not Nigerian women, or if you look at it, because Simon's wife was not Nigerian now. In fact, Simon was the Nigerian. So do you want to refine your statement, or you still want to stand on that is Nigerian women that are 90% defective, so to speak? Because again, Simon's wife is American.
All right. So let me say it differently. Before my ex-wife, I never dated a Nigerian woman. Before my ex-wife, I've never kissed a Nigerian woman. Before my ex-wife, I was never attracted to Nigerian women. Period. That's just me. She was the first. Let alone say, fell in love with a Nigerian woman. She was the first. And inshallah, I speak Arabic so I can say that. She'll be the last. This is from my experience. Do you understand what I'm saying? I was warned about the kind of woman she is from prominent Nigerian men and women. I didn't listen. Now, so Tasha, Simon's ex-wife, she's not Nigerian. That's just woman for you. When you love
Hmm.
a woman from your heart, they will they will mess up your life from the bottom of their core soul. So,
If you could go back, what are the signs, the red flags that you wouldn't have ignored? So
good
if you're going to
question.
tell somebody, what are the signs and the red flags to look out for so that you don't end up in a trap?
If she was married before and she's quick to rattle from her lips everything bad about her ex-husband, that's a red flag.
Hmm.
If you are with a woman and she always said that every man she's been with were bad and she's good, that's another red flag. If she can call her friends that she's the best woman, she's better than them, that's a red flag. Unless she's a virgin and she just came from Mars. Every woman that have a past, if you meet a woman and she doesn't have a good relationship with her father, that's a red flag. If her father is dead, what man do you listen to? Watch the way they interact. Let me give you an example. My ex told me somebody was her uncle, and this uncle, I'm a watch collector. Um, Teju, I have in my life, I've probably have over 10,000 watches, and they are all eye hand watches. I'm a collector. There are four things I love to collect in my life: watches. Like when you look at this, you don't see too many kinds like this. Um, Pen, writing pen, I love quality, and also good, luxurious vehicles, cars. That's it. I don't care about clothes. I don't care about jewelries, um, shoes. I don't care about that. This uncle, I gave him a $4,000 watch. I had a 18 karat gold jewelry that I bought when I was out of the country with the bracelet. I gave it to him. I remember then she said, "Why would you do that?" I said, "But yo, he's the one that introduced us, like connected us. You shouldn't have done that. Just tell me first. I would never forget it." Said you, guess what? Later on, when I'm going through what I'm going through with her, the wife of that so-called uncle saying she's very shocked of how foolish I was. That her husband was her aristo at the University of Lagos. She was when he leaves America to go to Lagos, she was his side piece. But the man was introduced to me as her uncle. The wife told me that. And now I started rewinding the movie and demarking. Nígbà tí mi àti ẹ̀ bá jà gbá yẹn, uncle yẹn ni mo máa ń pè pé kó wá parí ìjà kó jọ. Màá fún ló,
I'm
màá fún lówó.
sorry. I'm sorry. I don't mean to
Mama,
laugh with you.
it's okay, laugh, it's funny. Mama dọ̀bálẹ̀, jọ ẹ bá ń bẹ ẹ jọ, ó ń dọ̀bálẹ̀. Àṣé, when I got dressed to leave my house to travel, her uncle was there. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Ọlọ́run àforíjì, Ọlọ́run àforúnkẹ́.
But today, which one are you now? You are quoting the what appears to be the Quran now. I thought you were a Christian now.
Yeah. Keep in mind, I speak Arabic, so it's a language.
Okay. Okay,
And
so
keep
it's a
in mind,
language. Okay, so that was the language.
I was born and raised. My grandfather, Ọlọ́run àforíjì wọn, it was the first chief imam of Eko Central Mosque. I was born and raised in Islam.
Okay. If your children are watching this, first of all, let's talk about the children. How are they affected in all of this? I mean, are they
Teju,
are the children okay?
Teju, no. Remember, I told you what I did not want for my kids to be raised by different people, different men, different family. For my kids to not deal with the demons of their father: fear, rejection, isolation, loneliness, depression, anxiety. These are spirits that starts when someone is young. I'm writing a book, Teju, The name of my book is called When Men Think Secret Thoughts. In my book, I summarize the challenges, atrocities that happen to a young man or to a young woman at a very, very young age. When they become adults, those challenges remains there. And we say, "Àgbàlagbà kí ló ń ṣe, kí ló dé tó ń hùwà bí ọmọdé?" I know the spiritual principalities that comes with this. Hence why I don't sleep around no more. Because now I'm forced to gotta fight this. My daughter totally changed. She don't talk. I extrovert personality, become introvert. My daughter that will run to me and I will carry her. I will walk around the mall jumping, skipping, no shame. Now she's dealing with shame. I'm not good looking. I don't want to be alive. I want to kill myself. Stop eating. My daughter, stop eating. Don't even want to drink. Daddy, I don't want to be alive. We stay up all night and sleep during the day. Depression, fear. My son, 15 years old, living with another white family because his mother declared that, hey, don't let him come. My twin boys, I don't even have a relationship with them. They're with another family, I don't even know where. You asked me a question. You saw all of the signs, Tunde. How come you didn't live when it was 2 years marriage, 3 years, 5 years? I didn't then because I didn't want them to deal with this. I hope you understand me clearer now.
So I mean, this brings me to the last question off of what you said. We hear this all the time. People who are in marriages, they know or they suspect they shouldn't be in, but they stay because of the kids, right? But in the end, that hasn't exactly worked out for you. If you had to advise somebody who was in such a marriage, are you saying, look, the kids will be okay, get out early, the earlier the better, don't stay in it for the kid, because in the end it might not work out? There's probably somebody who's watching this who's staying in a marriage, they know they shouldn't be in, but all they're considering are the young kids. Should they stay or should they leave now if they know it's wrong?
And regardless of the kid's schedule, my belief is this: anything that would jeopardize your life, don't bring it. Don't grow in it. Don't be part of it. Had I known what I know now, I would never even have married her. Again, when I met her, she was the most beautiful
Yeah,
woman.
I know that's not married, but once you married, in that, say, that 2 year period, for example, when she had sent your pictures out, if you could go back now, would you have cut it off at that point?
I would have. Yes, I would have.
So today,
And
finally, how? Okay, go on, please. Go on, please.
if I would have done it then, I would be most likely a billionaire by now. Because the work I do, that people invite me to do, to speak, there are people that have paid me a year ago to speak, and I've been canceling because I don't have the capacity. If you ask me 7 months ago, what is 5 times 5? I wouldn't know the answer because I lost my brain, my mind, my heart.
So, how are you doing now today? Finally, how are you? Are you on the mend? Are you on the up and up? Are things looking up? If I were to check on you, if we were to check on you in 5 years' time, would you be back and better?
In 5 years' time, àwọn Yorùbá máa ń pòwe kan, wọ́n máa sọ pé àbò tó tàdí mẹ́yìn agbára ló lọ mú wá. And there's another adage that Yoruba people always say: ilé ọba tó jó, ẹ̀wà Lomabusi. In 5
So you
years'
got to
time.
translate all of this. I mean, you got to
Okay, yeah,
translate
yeah.
all of
So
this. Let's
my
start
bad.
with the
You
Agbo
want to
first.
translate in Spanish or in Arabic or in Jamaican patois?
No,
Which
let's
one?
go with English. Thank you. Let's go with the one I understand.
Yeah. So in English, the ram that go backwards, he's gonna come back with full force, full power, stronger.
Yeah, when two rams are headbutting in a
When
fight,
they
when you
headbutt.
see them retreat, they retreat
Yes.
to gather more force, more power,
More
more
force, more
momentum
power.
for the next
Velocity.
charge.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, for the next charge.
And the second thing, the king's house that burned down today, everyone that lives within that kingdom will raise money to build a bigger house for the king. Because the pride of that kingdom is the happiness, the splendorness of the king. So in 5 years from now, that's my story. Write it
Mm,
down. Write it down. I will
mm.
be a PhD holder, by this time next year. I will be a mover and a shaker. I'm getting my money. I'm not back. I'm more about 55%. Divine texted me 3 days ago and said, "Hey, Uncle T, follow me." I said, "Divine, I'm better, but I'm not where I need to be." Just imagine this. My daughter saying, "Daddy, I want us to have our own house, even if it's just me and you. I'm tired of you and I sleeping on someone's couch." My daughter, who is used to their daddy having three houses, one in Buckhead. My daughter, who's used to having sleeping on a bed, her bed that was $5,000. Now in a humble state, but she know her father is broken, and she's trying to be patient.
Mm. How old is she?
My baby girl is 10 years old, look
Mm.
identical to her father. I want people to have my name, my number, my contact information. And I know sooner or later, this year, next year, 50,000 years from now, somebody's going to want to come and give a rebuttal from her side, including her. I welcome that. The ask I'm going to ask you to do when that time comes, bring me on. See, I have receipts and I have people all over the world as part of my receipts. And fortunately for me, I'm starting to remember stuff now. So whoever's going to give a rebuttal instead of her, because of the kind of receipt, tell them to come without pride. Just like I said everything without pride, full nakedness, tell them to come with it. Because the receipts I have and the video evidence I have, I'm not afraid to show it no more. I'm literally not afraid to show it no more. So come right. Do you want my phone number? Do you mind if I give everybody my phone number, Teju?
Oh no, you don't want to do that. Let's do your email address. We'll just drop it on the screen. We'll do your email
Perfect.
address. We'll drop it on the screen.
Perfect.
Yeah. So I was going to round up, but something you said here just struck me, and I wanted to ask this earlier. You said that you're beginning to gain your memory back now. I just want to ask, at what point did you start to, let's assume that it is true that you were under influence, spiritual influence. You were, you were, as our people will say, you were jazzed up. They used juju for you. uh what was the liberation? What started to liberate you from that? Where did you start to get your freedom from all of that? What led to your eyes being open? Was it the fact that she filed for divorce when she was done with you and wanted to discard you, and that's when you broke free from those chains?
Fasting, fasting, and
How
fasting.
did you so that's the, how did you know to fast? I mean, you're somebody who was in bondage. Somebody who is in bondage does not know to start fasting. I mean, you must know that you need to get out of bondage for you to start fasting.
You don't know. You don't know. See, if you're a good person, do you know this great singer, Sikira and the Barrister?
What kind of question is that? We have Malaji Agba. Which kind of,
Ajaba,
kind of
Baba
question?
Miniye.
What
But
kind of question is that?
I don't know how to sing Fuji, But I listen. I've met him 3 times in my life before he passed, and I know his songs very well. I use his songs to learn Yoruba. Sikiru said, ẹ̀dá lóhun tó ń ṣe ìkà láyé, tọmọ ìgbónú Ádámù ṣépè fún, iṣẹ́ ọwọ́ ẹ̀ ni ó ṣàdúrà fún. Ẹ̀dá tóhun tó ń ṣeré láyé, tọmọ ìgbónú Ádámù ṣépè fún. So if you are good, people curse you, God will raise people to bless you. If you are bad, people bless you, there will be people to curse you. Your own hand, your own hand will actually defend you. People came back to me. Sunday, this is what we heard. There are people that grabbed me to feed me when I didn't have appetite to eat. There are people that clothed me, took me to a rummage sale, secondhand store, just to buy me stuff. There are people that said, we know where your kids are. We are helping you from afar. There are people that just took vacation just to be with me because they didn't trust me to be by myself alive. These people came back, people I have helped, and also majority of the people that came to help me are people I never helped. But they believed from a distance that I'm a good guy. Divine is another person. I never helped Divine for anything. He's been to a few of my trainings. We've been on a few clients together. I've never given him money. But it is his character. I never even met Divine but one time. One time. It was his character and his belief in my character that said, this guy needs help. Oh, by the way, Divine raised up other people. So send help to me, but they sent it to my old address. I never got it.
Look, Olatunde, thank you so much for sharing this. As African men, as Nigerian men, we're not disposed usually to bring in this kind of stuff out.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you and your staff. But my future is bright. You'll be back. All I needed is my mind. I got my mind back. I'm getting it back. For all the men out there that are going through what I'm going through, what I've gone through, what I'm going through. There's a scripture. All I have to give you is a scripture. There's a scripture that says, weeping may endure for a night. Joy comes in the morning. Just because you're still in the nighttime, just wait, cry. Cry. Let the snot come from your nostrils. Let the water stop running through the bridge of your nose to the corner of your eyes, through your ear lobes, and then fall on the pillow, and then let it run out and cry some more. Talk to people, because what they teach us in Nigeria should be a point. They have not gone through what you're going through. Cry, reach out for help. If you don't have money, cry, ask people, beg people. You don't have no shame. You cannot die like this. Live. That's it.
Thank you for watching the show. And I'd like to say in the beginning, I'd like to say now rather what I said in the beginning. We appreciate our guest for sharing his story with such raw honesty and vulnerability. It clearly came from a place of pain and courage. That said, we want to emphasize his wife or his ex-wife also has her own side of the story. She has her own side of the story too. We were not there and we're not sitting as judges in this story. And truly, how can we? Who are we to judge? And so, as I said at the start of this episode, we received this account that Olatunde gave in good faith, and we assume also in good faith that he has told his truth. But life is complex and every story has at least two sides. So if she, that is his ex-wife, or anyone with another perspective would like to respond or share their own truth or rebut any of the things that he said, we're open to that as well. This platform, this show is open for you at any time. Just get in touch with us. Once again, we thank Olatunde, our guest, for his openness. But please, as viewers, remember again, no one voice captures the full picture and every full angle. As the Yorubas say, ẹnìkan èròjọ́ kòrò mọ́ra rẹ̀ lẹ́sẹ̀. nobody implicates themselves by their own or through their own testimony. All right, thank you for watching the show. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.